Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. And coming back to you today with another powerful lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And title of today's lesson is, who will you call when all hell break loose? Who will you call when all hell break loose? So we just had Thanksgiving Day yesterday, and had a guy that's I talked with yesterday, and I was telling him what's getting ready to happen. The ones that's in the know that we at the end of the world. I told him several things. He laughed and scoffed at me. He made fun of me, but he was making fun of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He marked himself for death. See, will he be laughing when all hell break loose? Who will you call when all hell break loose? So the one that's in the know, we're knowing that this world is coming to an end. A transition of power is taking place. But the ones that still want to be lovers of this world and still want to be despising the truth and despising Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, their eyes will be open very soon. They will cry out, but he will not hear them. But title of today's lesson is, who will you call when all hell break loose? So we'll get started in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 17. Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning for me. Let's read that again. Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning for me. So that's what the men of the Lord is doing. Sighing and crying, prophesying, going out, being a watchman, telling them each and every day that this great death and destruction is coming, that this so-called red man, which in fact the so-called white man, is getting ready to come down with great wrath, with mandatory visas, mandatory lockdowns, the implement of the new world order. This the digital currency is getting ready to come into play. A lot of things is getting ready to happen at a fast pace, but all our people want to do is be lovers of this world, constantly want to do things their way. Thanksgiving Day yesterday, they laugh and having a great time. They in their comfort zone right now. They eating very good right now. They're watching their favorite programs right now. But when all hell break loose, who will they call? When you have a lack of food, nowhere to lay your head, don't know if you're gonna live today or tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Where the next your clothing, where you might bear that. You're not thinking about that right now because you are right now, or you are in paradise. But you will. The watchmen of the Lord have been warning you each and every day, sighing and crying, sounding the alarm, but you're not hearing. But that deal about it, that time is coming where you will heed the call, but it will be too late. But now we'll go to Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 12. One moment. Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 2. One moment. A little more edification. And it says, Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 2, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not, for they are a rebellious house. Let's read that again. Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 2. Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not, for they are a rebellious house. So that is very, very true. A lot of our people, which in fact are the 2/3, are very stiff-necked and sottish. They hear the word, but what they do, they cast it away. And they call you crazy, saying that something is wrong with you. They thinking that you are speaking things that are devilish, that you are the devil. But that deal about it, They will soon find out. Because Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shah is visiting the earth that he created. Constantly, men of the Lord are going out being watchmen, steady trying to feed the sheep. You know what I'm saying? If you have ears, let him hear. But they will not. They hear it and they catch it straight aside. Go in one ear and go out the other. Just like this guy yesterday, I grew up with this guy. And I'm constantly trying to tell him, but now I'm at the point whereby you don't get it, you were not meant to get to laughing and scoffing. That will be a thing of the past. Once that comfort zone, eating good, drinking good, you know what I'm saying, living, laying down, just being lovers of the world, constantly getting rocked back to sleep through Esau Edom through the left-hand side. You love it here, but that deal about it. All hell is getting ready to break loose. Who will you call when all hell break loose? The 1/3 already know who we're calling each and every day is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Not Jesus, white man Jesus, will not save you in that time. You don't know the true names. You are in dire strait, you in death and destruction is on the way for you. But now, we'll go to, let's go to Daniel's, get a little bit more edification. Let's go to Daniel's, let's go to Hebrews. One moment. Salakia. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 1 and 1. And it reads, the Most High who at subsidiary times and in divers manners spoke in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. Verse 2, has in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he has appointed heirs of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. So the idea about it is that he said, you know, that he made the worlds. It was plural. Worlds meaning eons. So we had an end of an eon, an end of a world. You know, when you read in 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9, he said Jacob is the end of the world. And I mean, Esau is the end of the world, Salakia. And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So he created the worlds. So we are becoming to a end of an eon, an end of this world as we know it. The end of Esau Edom kingdom is getting ready, it's falling right before our face. But the ones that didn't know, knowing that this world is coming to an end, that this society is dying out, the mirth of this land is diminishing. But the ones that didn't know, we are seeing, we are paying attention, we are heeding the call, we are hearing, and we are seeing because we are spiritual. But the 2/3 are constantly want to be carnal and be a rebellious house. That are the 2/3 will be destroyed. Who will you call when all hell break loose? This world is getting ready to end. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, the Creator, he's getting ready to put things back into order. But the ones that in the know, we're getting ready to get out of here, getting ready to go back to our rightful place, back into rulership above all nations, back where we belong, a royal priesthood. But the 2/3 don't want that right now. But now we'll go to a little bit more edification. We'll go to Daniel chapter 4. Let's go to Daniel chapter 4. One moment. One moment. Go to Daniel's. One moment. I have a little problem with the phone. Get there one moment. Daniel chapter 4 and verse 17. And it reads, Daniel chapter 4 and verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. So who is in power right now? Who is over the whole entire world right now? When you read Job chapter 9 and verse 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And who is that wicked man? And the base man of the earth. That is the so-called white man, the red man. When you talk about in Genesis 25 and 25, he's in rulership right now. But who side him up? He's puffed puffed up with pride right now, with great pride. Who sawed him up was Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. He set us up one and bring down another. So that time to bring him down out of rulership is at hand. That great age is coming to an end. This age that his terrorizing the children of Israel is about to come to an end. He's getting ready to set things back in order. The base man of the earth, which in fact the so-called red man, is getting ready to go into slavery. Recompense is on the way. Judgment and recompense and death and destruction. Who will you call when all hell break loose? That's the title of the day's lesson. Who will you call? Heed the call. The men of the Lord are constantly sighing and crying, sounding the alarm. Heed, pay attention, pray and watch and be sober. Now, we'll go to let's go to Revelations chapter 9. One moment. Revelation chapter 9 and verse 4. One moment. And it reads, and it, Revelation chapter 9 and verse 4, so like Revelation chapter 9 and verse 4, and it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass or the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of the Most High in their foreheads. So, if you don't have this great wisdom and knowledge, when you go back to Isaiah 33 and 6, you know, the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability. That's the only thing will keep you stable and keep you sane through these rough and turbulent and dark times that we have never seen before, never see again. It's getting ready to come upon us. That great hour of temptation is coming upon the whole earth to be tempted. What will you do? Who will you call when all hell break loose? So he's holding it back. But the ones that's in the know, they have that great seal, that great wisdom and knowledge. They have that exemption from death. But the ones that's not in the know and constantly being lovers of this world, which in fact are the 2/3, they are marked for death. Death and destruction is on the way, whether you know it or not. And this world is ending right before your eyes. And everything is getting put back into order. And also, the building of the house of David is constantly building up. It's almost done. He will bring back the old tabernacle of David. And that's what he's raising up, the house of David. We're standing tall now. We're being the watchmen of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. We are not ashamed. We're not afraid to speak the truth. The true knowledge is flowing in the world right now. But it's up to us to heed the call. You know, some will hear, some will forbear, but that's the way it is. But now we'll read a little further down. We'll go to Revelation chapter 9 and verse 6. We'll drop down to 6, and it says, and in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and the death shall flee from them. Let's read that again. Revelation chapter 9 and verse 6. And in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. So that's when all hell break loose. It's going to come a time where you're going to be wanting to die and cannot die, because that great judgment and recompense have come down on you. The 2/3. You constantly don't want to come back to your true power. Won't come back obedient. But it wasn't meant for you to get it. You will be destroyed on this side, and you will be reborn through the 1/3, the government body to come, and you will be reborn into righteousness. So the ideal about it, you will get it, but through death by pain. Now, we'll go to Revelation, and our final scriptures, we'll go to Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. We'll close out with that. One moment, and I'm hoping that this helps someone today, and that you come back to your true power, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Now, Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Let's read that again. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So we right upon that time. We at the beginning of Jacob's trouble, but the heat is getting ready to be turned up. Who will you call when all hell break loose? We read that all hell breaking loose. It's about to bust wide open. And the ones that got this great wisdom and knowledge, they shall be saved out of it. Because they will have that great hedge of protection, and they did the work, they did the labor. They trust and believe in Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai. But the truth there, who will you call when all hell break loose? You will be tempted. You will be tried. You will die. Because the ideal about it, you did not want to come back and seek your salvation. Who will you call when all hell break loose? We read upon that time. Our great temptation, Jacob's trouble, RFD microchip, which in fact the mark of beast, we read upon that time. Mandatory vaccine, rumors of wars, World War III is beginning to brew up. Hunger in different parts of the world is coming. It's increasing. So who will you call when all hell break loose? We know who we will call. It's Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And I like to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rikakadash. And I like to say, Shalom.